Alright, what's up everyone? How are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing great. Today I have a pretty exciting video going over Wattson's Heirloom, and since you guys have been just completely killing it with support on the Heirloom videos, I'll be continuing on with this specific style for like all the way until every single legend that I've talked about is done for with their Heirlooms pretty much. But for Wattson specifically, I'll be going over a few things confirmed and also some concepts, so if you are interested, stay tuned. And also, if you are new and you enjoy Apex content, consider subscribing. It's free, harmless, and no one's stopping you from doing so click that button. Now let's get into the content. So off rip, I actually just want to go over her confirmed one, I think. That's actually coming from the Respawn Entertainment themselves. And it would be this picture. We've seen this picture before. I've talked about it before, but I just want to revisit it to clarify with you guys. This seems like a normal picture that you would have in a loading screen, and I think it is a loading screen picture. But if you're to look all the way to the right, and also keep in mind of this, I'll talk about this later, but on the right it shows this knife, and if we zoom into it right here, it's a karambit knife with the engraving Kwaito. And as you guys know, the one other legend that has a knife with this exact engraving would be Wraith with her kunai knife. So with that really said, it would make sense for that, right? And some might say, why is it coming from Wraith? Well, right here you guys will see Wraith and Wattson having fun and taking pictures in a photo booth, and they seem to be good friends. So honestly, it would make near perfect sense for her to get something like this. Now with that out of the way, let's move on to the concepts. Now this is the first concept, and excuse me for this, I just want to check if OBS is recording. Okay, good. This is the second time I'm recording it for a full time, and long story short, I don't want to record it a third time. Now in this case, right here we can see a wrench, and it's called the Pulsating Gigawatt Wrench. And I mean, it's okay in my opinion. If we're talking full opinions here, I wouldn't necessarily mind it too much, but personally, if a legend were to get a wrench, it would probably be Rampart. It would make the most sense with her specifically. But I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. It does match her scheme because her ultimate, or her legendary ability, or yeah, her ultimate ability, my bad, stupid, is somewhat complicated, and since this is electrified, they could use the excuse that, hey, this is what she uses to fix up, and use her ultimate ability. But honestly, I don't think this compares as much as this heirloom concept with Nessie. And this is the second concept that I have here, and it's actually split into two. I'll go over that later. But this is supposed to be an inflatable hammer, and it's supposed to be like a Nessie filled with air pretty much. And even though, yeah, it seems pretty cool and unique, if I were to go for a Nessie doll, it would be a physical doll like this, like Cuddly Conductor by God Bless Rue. A shout out to you, I guess. But this one, it seems a lot better in my opinion than this one, because it's just an air-filled Nessie. This has electrical pulses. It's I assume a fully plush one too, so in that case I would definitely take Cuddly Conductor over it. But both seem to be cool concepts for the Nessie doll. And for those who are a little lost, Nessie is somewhat of an Easter egg with Respawn Entertainment, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong. They are the Nessie is in Titanfall 2, Titanfall series, and also Apex. And Wattson seems to love the Nessie doll. You can see it in a few of her dive emotes, I think they're called. And with that, really, you can see her love with it. And also, she seems like a very, very innocent girl, I assume. And her liking these dolls would make near perfect sense. So to be fully honest, the Nessie seems good. But moving on, this is probably my favorite one. This will be the fencing sword. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think that Wattson here is French, and due to the fact that she's French, the fencing part of this, I believe fencing actually came from France. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't do much research before this, so I'm not trying to get clowned on. But if that were the case, if it did come from France, then this would be possibly the best concept in my opinion. Even shows the Nessie over here, and I assume it's just going to be a longsword with like electrical outpulses, electrical output, and it would look super cool. In my grand opinion, this would be the best it could be, because not only is it extremely unique, but it's different from like the short knife blade, or like it's not going to copy Caustic's hammer, for example. It's going to be its own thing, and I would personally love that. Tell me down in the comments if you agree. But moving on to the final concept, it would be the nunchucks. Now, when it comes to the nunchucks themselves, they are supposed to be kind of like from her pylons or her tactical ability. It has the same color scheme as her fit and also her actual tactical ability, which is cool. And I kind of like how a Baked Potato 79, the person who created this, colored it in. It looks pretty nice from what I'm seeing. And personally, this would also be cool, in my opinion, at least not as cool as the fencing sword. But it would be cool nonetheless to see a different type of weapon that's not a knife or a blade or something that, like, you know, isn't as unique, you know. So personally, seeing a nunchucks is pretty cool. I would love to see them add that. I would be somewhat surprised, but I wouldn't mind it to the least. With that all said and done, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, also subscribe. With that said, if you guys want more, go ahead and I guess like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.